young, they sing their songs on 8-track radio. They grew up, they stayed close. Maybe the man had a couple kids. She got sick, might have to let her go. Well, 8-track showed up one day and now that same old song still playing. It's we've been high, we've been low. Life moves fast, so take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. They found Jesus and we found love. Guess we both like the stars above. Just keep me young, don't make me old. McCall was a real good boy, man's best friend. When he was a pup, he'd run and jump and play till the cows came home. He grew up, but he stayed young. Lord's the day he was born. He turned 13, we had to let him go. Well, I don't know how or when, but I can't wait to see him again. And it's we've been high, we've been low. Life moves fast, so take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. We found Jesus and we found love. Guess we both like the stars above. Just keep me young, don't make me old. Well, I don't know how or when, but I can't wait to see them again. And it's we've been high, we've been low. Life moves fast, so take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. They found Jesus and we found love. Yes, we both like the stars above. Just keep me young, don't make me old. We've been high, we've been low. Life moves fast, so take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. They found Jesus and we found love. Yes, we both like the stars above. Just keep me young, don't make me old. Just hold me close, don't let me go. Just keep me young and don't make me old.
Yo, here we are, and here it is, Wild Card Weekend edition, playoff edition of Sunday Sessions, the official pregame kickoff show of the Buff fan base. I'm your host, Swank. Below me, everyone, I don't know if you guys have ever had like yogurt that just coats your tongue. It's so smooth, it coats your tongue, and you're like, you make those weird noises off the spoon smacking your lips that I hate, that drives me crazy. That is what it's like to listen to this man, the smoothest voice in Buffalo Bills podcasting, Mr. RT Ryan Thomas of the Thomas Takes Sports Podcast. RT, what's up?
How we doing, boys? You know what? That made me laugh a lot because I had this old coworker that would always bring yogurt in for our lunch breaks for him to eat, and he would like scrape the cup to make sure that it was all gone. I'm
I
like,
hate
dude, it's gone. Throw that thing away. Yogurt's gone. Just toss it.
Dude, Jerry came on. What was he eating that one time, Scott?
It doesn't matter what it was. He
He goes, "Oh,
sounds the
hey
same for
guys,
everything.
and dude, that's like there's like this study scientifically or whatever that there are people that those frequencies like make them murderous, and I was just like, you need to stop it like right now, dude. Like, coming through this camera, and he's like, oh my god, like I wigged, and yeah, I can't deal with it. Anyway, the kid I'm talking about, his twin brothers are on the show right over here next to me. That's my guy, Scooter Magooter. Scott, what do you got on a playoff weekend?
Yeah.
Man, a 1 o'clock playoff weekend and nice weather. When does that happen in the AFC? But it's happening. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Obviously, we're all going to be on the edge of our seats this whole time. But let's figure out what's going on, who's coming and playing, and what this game looks like. Can't wait to talk about it with you boys.
Hell yeah, we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network and super proud to be. As such, we're sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. They got all sorts of cool stuff with the Sabres being super relevant right now. We're not a Sabres show, man, but oh my God, 13 out of 14, won again last night. They are sitting in the top wild card spot. What is happening? They just released a really cool reissue of when the Sabres were good, which it's pretty fun. So go check that out, 26shirts.com. Help out a family in Western New York. Guys, we love doing this show because as we come on the air, so does the inactive list. And here we are with it right here. This is from Buffalo Bills PR on X. We have inactive today Terrell Bernard, Darnell Savage, Ty Johnson, Maxwell Harrison, Tylen Grable, Kaliki Latu, and Larry Ogunjobi. Both of my predictions off this list, I was on BWO last night. Not true. Did not come true. So here we go. RT, I'll throw it down to you as always. What do you think? First impressions of the inactive list for today?
Man, well, Terrell Bernard being out, he's just been in and out of the lineup. It's just another. It's like the Dalton Kincaid of the defense. Just can't seem to stay and remain healthy. Really frustrating. Ty Johnson, that was kind of something that we were hearing about, whether he would be out there or not. Ty Johnson inactive. Frank Gore Jr. active. Yes, I'm very, very curious to see what Frank Gore Jr. brings to the table today, because we know that they like to use three running backs, James Cook, Ray Davis, that third running back maybe more of a downhill runner than that of Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson more of like a pass-catching running back. Frank Gore Jr. more of that downhill type guy, just like his old man. So really curious to see what that brings to the table. I think the run game today is super, super important against a rushing defense, a run defense in Jacksonville that's been one of the best all season long. So Frank Gore Jr. has big, big shoes to fill. Ty Johnson has been a stud for us in the role that he plays within this offense. And dare I say it, he's been one of the more reliable pass catchers that the Bills have had really all season long, including their wide receivers, as we know. So somebody's got to step up. This is the time to do it. We made the playoffs as the 6th seed with really a lack of a real consistent supporting cast. Each and every week, if we pulled up every game day roster, we'd have 5 or 6 different receivers every single week, which has made things probably a little bit harder for Josh Allen than what people realize, and yet the guy is still producing at an MVP level. But ESPN might tell you different.
We got some people that are excited about Frank Gore, the Bobby Troxwell. Welcome to the show, bud. This first comments I've seen from you. That's awesome. Join us everywhere. Do you guys see Frank Gore as I apologize. Do you see Davis as doing enough last week and what he's done a little bit here and there to earn the Ty Johnson spot, or is Frank Gore taking Ty Johnson's spot?
For me, man, Frank Gore's taking it. I think Davis is more of our between the tackles kind of guy. I think Frank's going to see the field rarely. Actually, I would see James Cook taking those Ty reps more than I think I would see Ray Davis. So that's my take. What do you think, RT?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think today you got to go with who brought you. You know what I mean? And James Cook is a big reason why this Bills team had a successful season, as they did. I
don't think he's a top 5 back, is he?
I would say top 3. So to that Twitter guy, you know who you are. Yeah, top 3. I think that's safe to say. James Cook is huge today. Ray Davis, to Scott's point, Ray Davis has been really turning it on right at the right time. Mm-hmm. So depending on how they're used, I just think they'll all get used. Maybe Ray Davis is more of the pass catching guy today, as well as Cook, because Frank Gore Jr. is I've never really seen him as a pass catching guy. He's a really good in between the tackles runner. Maybe all 3 of them are in between the tackles guys, and we use Kincaid, Knox, and Jackson Hawes for those short intermediate. Shout out to Reggie Gilliam too. Can't forget about that stuff.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
This is why we love this, man. That's why we love that it comes out right when we go live, because you get it firsthand right here on the official pregame kickoff show of the Buff fan base. Scooter Magooter, man. Looking at this list, what do you got?
You know, I hate seeing Maxwell Hairston out. Obviously, we knew that was going to happen, him being in the boot and all that good stuff, especially against this, the potential of what Jacksonville's wide receivers can do. Jacoby Myers comes in. He's awesome. Brian Thomas. Lawrence has got some weapons there. So I'm hoping that Tre'Davious White is still feeling fresh and young, even after the long season that he's played, longer than I think we all would have thought him being a starter for. He shows up. He's obviously a veteran, so the pressure is probably not on him as much as it normally be. Can you imagine, guys, being Frank Gore right now? I know we just talked about him, but his first time seeing any action is playoffs. I'm telling you what, if he does touch the ball, you better believe that those guys are saying 2 hands on the ball, buddy, for 12,000 points of contact. Do not fumble that ball.
Now, oh, yes, Scott, to your point, I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but I've heard, even though that Frank Gore Jr. has been largely inactive, that Frank Gore Sr. has been around the building really for the last few weeks of the season. So that's a little extra motivation for these guys to say, hey, let's get these in between the tackles runs here. You know what I mean? Let's get it going.
I do like the line is intact still. That's a beautiful thing. So
yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'll go ahead on my side of things. Wide receiver room. I had made the prediction that you were not going to see number 0, Keon Coleman, suit up for this game. With Palmer's move to IR and his season being over, I think that had a lot to do with him being active today. But your wide receivers are Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, Gabe Davis, Tyrell Shavers, and Brandon Cooks. I hope Keon has a great game. I hope Keon does everything that he's supposed to do and has a great game. He did fine last week. I never felt comfortable when he was targeted. I never felt comfortable when he was fielding punts, and I really hope that that's not his role today. That's a big reason why I thought Hardman would be active today over Keon Coleman, and then just roll with those other 4s in the sets that you need to have him out there.
Where is Hardman? Why is he? Did they let him go again?
They didn't pull him up.
Oh, from the practice squad. That's right. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, they elevated Frank Gore, and then they elevated Jones Jr., right? Defensive end.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm liking this 5. Yes, Keon Coleman, when you're asked upon to do something, please catch the ball, whatever it is. But I'm liking, I think Gabe Davis proved his worth inside the 20 last week just alone with that catch from Trubisky. Brandon Cooks is shown to be the deep threat. Shavers has earned his mark. We've got really good blocking guys out there for this game, even though the Jaguars is like top 5 in rushing defense. So I think I like this crew. Again, I'm falling this way, Swank and RT, besides the Coleman. Just do what you're asked.
Mm-hmm.
Stay wide, and if you got a back shoulder catch or go up high point 50-50 the ball, just come down with it, okay? You're auditioning for another team next year.
So when I saw that Josh Palmer was put on IR, I then thought, okay, the only reason why Keon Coleman is going to be active tomorrow is because Josh Palmer is out for the season.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
and say that again.
I said 100%.
Yeah, and God forbid, right? No one wants to go one and done in the playoffs. No one wants to make the playoffs and lose in the wild card round. Nobody wants. None of these teams want to do that. But if God forbid that happened today for the Buffalo Bills, I would be stunned if this was not Keon Coleman's last game in a Buffalo Bills uniform. I would be shocked if he was back on this team next year. Shocked, utterly shocked. And I think really the only safe bet to maybe even return as a wide receiver next year on this roster is Khalil Shakir. Other than that, I could see them just cleaning house at that position, which is really rare, and teams try not to do that because it creates a reshuffle for next season, right? But the just lack of productivity at that position all season long, I think, is what prevented Buffalo from winning their 6th straight AFC East title. That's just my thing.
Well, and I mean, we can go into all of the ins and outs, and the thing that I've like really not dug about like X and social media this week, where this is like something that, again, I'm still at like the 17-year drought phase where like we're not even, halfway through that, like going to playoffs. We haven't even made up like half of the drought yet, right? So like I'm still at like, God damn it, I'm so glad we're still like we're here and we're relevant watching all this late. But a lot of what I read, man, it's like, oh man, McDermott this, Bean this, wide receivers this, consistency.
Very negative.
If Josh doesn't do it this year, blah blah blah. And for me, man, I just want to be here. I think like as much as the players say they don't hear all that noise or see all that noise coming from us, like that's not it. Like just because some content creator wants a click, man, don't buy into that shit. Root your team on. We all know. Watch the games yesterday. They're not over till they're over. Watch week 1 of this year. It's not over till it's over. Like there's a lot more to be said about the group that they've formed and how they've gotten here than just these names and these numbers. That being said, I think that part of the wide receiver controversy can be drawn a direct line back to Brandon Beane. And if there were those conversations about whether a coach and a GM or a coach or a GM would leave, I would think Brandon Beane would be held responsible before Sean McDermott at this point.
I 1000%. I think Sean McDermott, I really think out of the 9 years that he's been here, I think this is arguably his best season as the Bills head coach because of the injuries and because of relying on guys like we talked about Trey White. We didn't think he'd play as many snaps or games or starts as he did, as well as Jordan Poyer, who's starting today as well as just the wide receiver stuff. I think he's handled it really well. And I think, on the other side of things, to your point, Swank, there were 2 guys that Buffalo could have, gone after for some mid-round draft picks. One of them we're playing against today, and one of them was traded for because Travis Hunter went out. Jacksonville said, well, we need to replace that. They went out and they were aggressive. They got Jacoby Myers. Seattle didn't even really need it's going to rhyme Rashid Shaheed. They didn't need him, but they went out and got him, traded those mid-round picks away. Brandon Beane didn't want to do that or didn't think they were worth that, or I don't know. We don't know those details.
Focused other places
too. Yeah. So those are things that despite all of that, they still made the playoffs. They're still in the tournament to get to the Super Bowl, and they've got the quarterback that every team wishes they had. And coaches that are available right now in this coaching cycle, they would kill to have a quarterback like Josh Allen. So, we're here. Everything's ahead of us. Everything that's behind us is behind us, and just march forward. That's it.
Hell yeah. I love it. Real quick, Spartan, I'm glad you reminded me, man. While RT was giving you all that beautiful information, I put together this Wheel of Death and Destiny, however you want to say it. We had a giveaway on our show here Tuesday. If you left a comment, you are entered to win.
Dang it, I didn't know. I would have went in there. Would have.
Are we doing 2 spins or 1 spin, Scott? I don't know.
1 spin wins both Dalton Kincaid cards. One of them's a rookie card. The other one is a numbered jersey card.
A numbered jersey card or a rookie card. Here we go. All right. And we're spinning.
Pew, pew, pew.
Here we go. Away we go.
How did Spartan or Patrick lose?
Oh, nice. Lisa.
Right there. Patrick, right next to it. You're a toucher. Lisa Johns, the amazing Lisa Johns, our official weather girl from Buffalo. You have won
Nice.
those 2 cards, and send us a little message, or we'll send you one, and we'll get your address. Thanks for playing along, and look out for more giveaways.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, this is going to be really funny. If I'm right, it's going to be even funnier. Is Lisa John's the moonshine?
Yes. Moonshine.
The moonshine mama.
Known as the moonshine mama.
He remembers it beginning of Rager, but by the end of the Rager, RT doesn't remember much.
I was a little blinky by the end. Yeah, little rosy cheeks.
I've definitely had my Ragers. Let's see. You guys are killing it in the comments here. Real quick, I have not looked at this yet, but we'll see what the Jaguars inactives look like. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Dommy Brown, wide receiver. DJ Dallas, running back. Offensive line, Cole Van Lanen. Tight end, Hunter Long. DL, Emmanuel Agaba. DT, Mason Smith. Mason Smith. There you go. Not anybody too big, bad, ugly on that one, I don't think.
There were a couple linemen on the cusp, the offensive linemen. So looks like a couple of them are healthy, but obviously they are beat up. So hopefully that plays a part.
Yeah. There you have it. There you are. All right, guys. Here we are, 11:48 on your wild card weekend pregame kickoff show right here from the Buck fan base. This is Sunday Sessions with Swank, Scooter, and RT. Keep your comments coming in here. We just spun the wheel of death. Lisa Johns won. John John's in the comment. He's loving the moonshine comments, by the way.
Yes, moonshine does help.
Here we go, man. Look at this.
Look at this one.
Artemio from Juan, Philippines. Go H2O. Buffalo Bills. Farmer Josh defeat the Proud Boys tracks of Trevor, Florida. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate it.
Awesome, man.
Go Bills.
It's hilarious.
I think what time it is there.
Furthest, man. Yeah. What time is it out there, man? Awesome. Thanks for
joining.
2 in the morning or something.
Yeah, it's got to be just about 12 hours, right? 24. Yeah, 12.
Yeah,
12
hours.
Oh, wow. Crazy. Go Bills. Hell yeah, Daniel Green. Good to see you in the comments, man. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go. We're going to get into the X's and O's and the Jimmies and Joes and all that good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Here's your Jacksonville Jaguars depth chart from our lads, a site that our guy Scooter Magooter turned us on to. And it's very expensive as far as depth chart goes. Scott, I'm going to throw it to you first. We're going to work on this. The Jacksonville Jaguars offense. What does this Bills defense have to do? Which is a top 5 defense since Thanksgiving, by the way. This Bills defense have to do against Trevor Lawrence and company.
I think for this game, playoffs, everyone's nervous, even the coordinators. I think if the Buffalo Bills can keep those wide receivers at bay, Washington is Trevor Lawrence's favorite target, but he's also got Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas, a guy that RT and I were pounding the table for the Bills to draft. I think with the injured linemen and the linemen that aren't there, I think it's all about pressure. Jared mentioned yesterday he thinks Bosa's going to go off. And I think this is why we brought Bosa in. So let's get some sacks. Let's create some pressure. And let's force Trevor Lawrence, who was throwing about 60% of his passes completion, and he's also got double-digit interceptions, I believe. Let's go ahead and make his life miserable and come off the edge and get some turnovers. That's what we have to do against this offense. This offense will allow turnovers. Trevor Lawrence will throw some balls that will end up in the hands of our Buffalo Bills defenders. Put on the right gloves. I don't care if they're the plastic ones or the leather ones or whatever. Catch the damn ball because they will be there, and we got to be opportunistic. This is playoff times. Not often do you lose the turnover battle and win a game. So let's start there. Get the turnovers, win the game. And I think we can do that against this offense.
I like that, man. One of the things you said there, interception-wise, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, a 60.9 completion percentage.
Yeah.
That's something that your brother Jer Bear brought up last week here on the K-Gun. And it's funny to me that the game of inches thing, right? I think that also applies to characters and players in this league, because Trevor Lawrence with a 60.9 completion percentage is the man. They're talking about this offense like, wow, look at Trevor Lawrence go. But Caleb Williams, who's also on a winning team, who also won last night, who also didn't really look that amazingly great or anything, but did pull it out. Congratulations to them. He's got a sub 60%, but barely complete. Like we're talking 59, 58, but they're talking about his completion percentage about what a travesty it is. And to me, it's like, I don't know, that 1%, man. like Trevor Lawrence is 1% away from being a Caleb Williams.
Caleb's also a 4,000 yard passer.
There you go. Is it more their passing offense as opposed to a running offense? He's got more opportunities, so they throw the ball more. Not all of them have to connect. Like, is that the kind of thing we're looking at? I don't know. But RT, what do you got, man? What do you think that our defense has to do against this offense?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors to what you were saying too. Like Trevor Lawrence is playing in predominantly a warm weather division or a dome division, right? So there's a little bit of that too. And you look at the total touchdowns, he's got 29 passing touchdowns and 9 rushing touchdowns. I think that's why he's had a little bit of a resurgence these last 8 weeks. He's been more willing to kind of put his body out there and extend plays, which he really didn't do that in previous years a whole lot. I think Liam Cohen is just saying, you know what, like, we got to start going for it. We got to start making plays out of nothing. And that's where he's been pretty good. But defensively, I think this game kind of runs with both sides of the ball, whether it's Buffalo's run defense or Jacksonville's run defense. I think Travis Etienne is a huge factor in this one. Doing some math here, averages 15 carries a game, which is a pretty solid workload for running back, especially in today's day and age of football. He's getting the ball a fair amount. He ran for over 1,100 yards this year, and I think he does it kind of in an underrated way. So for me, I think with putting pressure on the quarterback is a key, but I think putting pressure on the run game and really making Trevor Lawrence play like Peyton Manning. Try to make Trevor Lawrence play like he's got to really shoulder the offense and force those pass attempts, which are a pretty low number comparatively to some other quarterbacks in this league, like Matt Stafford and Drake May and a few others. So I'm really curious to see how Buffalo looks in terms of the run defense today. Coverage-wise, I'm not worried. And to say that, I think 5-6 weeks ago, we would have been nuts to say Buffalo's secondary was on their P's and Q's. But really these last 5 or 6 weeks, as good as Trevor Lawrence has been, Buffalo's secondary has been even better. I think that's probably the best part of their defense. Cole Bishop, Jordan Poyer have been a great tandem together. Christian Benford and Trey White has really stepped it up. I really wish we had Maxwell Hairston today. God willing, we get through this matchup, we have him next week. But I think that that's the key to victory. Neutralize that run game, make Trevor Lawrence beat you, and I think Sean McDermott's X's and O savviness on the defensive side of the ball with the secondary in particular could really give Trevor Lawrence some trouble today that he hasn't quite seen in quite a few weeks. So that's what I would say defensively for Buffalo.
I like it, man. I like it a lot. One of the things that I brought up to the messenger group that we have here, and really quick before I go any further, man, we're all over the globe today. We got Urso on X, Go Bills, love from the Netherlands, Philippines and the Netherlands. Hell yeah, man, Go Bills. Thanks so much for tuning in and commenting. Spread the love and hang out, man. Go Bills. One of the things that I was getting at in the messenger group, I've been listening to a lot of radio, obviously. I'm sure everybody's been glued to X and Threads and anything else that can give you that instant gratification of some sort of stupid little information that you think you need before kickoff. One of the clips that I stumbled upon was the comparison of Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff his rookie year in LA, and how the coaches are in their ear right now, right up until the 15 seconds where the mic is cut off. So Trevor is getting the cheats. He's getting the answers to the tests all the way up until 15 seconds, and then he's on his own and he's playing his game. a lot of what I've heard on the radio is how the Bills, but this is common knowledge, the Bills defense, man, it is a great defense. All you got to do is switch up your look after 15 seconds and then make Trevor read it on his own. And I think that's something that's going to be super crucial. I think if you're running different looks right up until that 15 seconds and then you switch it over before he's snapping the ball, because hey, he's got to do it on his own. And that's to me the recipe that you need to get some pressure on this guy. He already likes to hold on to the ball and make things happen too long. He's taken 41 sacks this year. I'm all about getting in his head, and McDermott and Bobby, they're the ones that can really screw with your head, I think, giving you different kind of looks and getting after the quarterback in that way. So I'm hoping that they get a little inventive and do some of that stuff and take advantage of it. This defense has been showing up these last couple of weeks, and we need them to keep going. They're getting hot at the right time. So
you mentioned it too, Swank. And by the way, are you seeing Scott right now?
No,
I'm not either. Okay, just want to make sure.
The internet.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention too. You mentioned it earlier. These comeback wins that the Buffalo Bills have had, I think they get kind of lost on some folks. It's not just Josh Allen, taking over again. In order for Josh Allen to take over a game in a comeback effort, Buffalo's defense has to put up the stops to give the Buffalo Bills offense the opportunity to come back in those games. And Buffalo's done that 3 times against 3 really good quarterbacks. Dare I say it, 3 quarterbacks that are probably ranked higher by season's end, whether they made the playoffs or not, on most teams' lists as far as just quarterbacks around the league. Not taking anything away from Trevor Lawrence, because I think he has played really good football, and he's improved a lot, with Liam Cohen as the head coach. But I think Sean McDermott is aware of where Jacksonville can hurt us, and kind of where they can hurt us is where we are strongly suited. Yeah. So that's what makes this matchup so interesting. Jacksonville's defense, on the other hand, which we'll talk about, can also make this matchup interesting for a lot of different reasons too. So this is the best matchup, I think, of this entire round, AFC or NFC. I think this is the best 2 teams that are in this wild card round remaining, and they're playing against each other.
Hell yeah, man. We're going to switch gears here and head over to the other side of the ball. That is our offense against this highly touted Jaguars defense. Real quick, Lisa DeCook's in the comments. She's heading over to Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes. We have done 5 events over at Doug's, and it's a good old time. So good to hear from you, Lise. Go Bills. Have a good time over there at Doug's. Yeah, here we are. The question mark, which I don't think any of us thought would be a question mark heading into this season. This offense, led by our reigning MVP, until somebody says different. He is the MVP, by the way, Josh Allen. Your rushing champion of the 2025 season, Mr. James Cook, and quite possibly the best at least 4 receiver combination that they've had on the field this year. It's going to be interesting. Got a healthy Dalton Kincaid. RT, what do you think, man? Go right into it. What's our offense got to do against this defense today?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I think the X factor in this game is Dalton Kincaid. He's the healthiest he's been. I've heard nothing but good things about him heading into this matchup. And I think Josh Allen's got to get him the ball. I think he's the most reliable pass-catching option outside of Khalil Shakir that this offense has. I think that's an easy statement to make, but you see how much this offense struggles without him. So to have him for this playoff game, I think they've done a little bit of a management workload with him these last few weeks. He's been in the lineup, but when he was in the lineup against the Jets, he was out there realistically the entire game. It felt like he was out there even late into the third quarter when the game was already, done and over with. So I think for Josh Allen, getting the ball to the short intermediate targets, Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox. But for me, games won or lost on the offensive line. James Cook, a heavy dose of him. He has to be relied on this one to keep Jacksonville's offense off the field. as well. I think Buffalo's offensive line does have a little bit of their hands full with the front four of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have some real studs on that D line. Josh Allen Hines or Josh Hines Allen. I'm not sure how that's written out.
Yeah, he's trying to put separation between the real Josh Allen.
Right. So that's a real interesting matchup. Wherever he's lined up on the field, you always got to know where he is. But I think Buffalo's offense should be able to move the ball in this game. And I think Joe Brady, from what I've read and from what I've heard, he's kind of gone back through the season with Josh Allen to where they might have come up short. Let's try to modify that, and let's not make that happen again this time around in the playoffs and be on our P's and Q's. So I think running the football effectively and obviously moving the chains is huge. But Gabe Davis could be good for a big catch, long ball catch in this game. And maybe Gabe Davis is as healthy as he's ever been too, because they've done a little bit of a management workload with him coming off of that knee injury. I think he could be in for a big day today. Big game Gabe in the playoffs. We know what he can do. So I'm excited to see it.
We've seen him do that, I think.
A time or two. More than once.
Yeah,
More than once.
Holding records still. Our guy Gabe. He to me is another one of those big factors. I think what we need are targets that Josh can rely on to balance this running game, because rushing wise, absolutely, James Cook needs to be a huge part of today. And this is another highly touted defense that can stop the run. They've never allowed a running back with over 75 yards, blah, 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 blah. We've hit defenses like that already this season. We've broken records in Pittsburgh for the whole stadium, not just this year, the stadium. The history of the stadium, nobody ever put up as many rushing yards as James Cook. They're going to be ready for it. But I'm going to tell you right now, the counter to that, to me, is having reliable targets that Josh can throw the ball to when he needs to, a la Dalton Kincaid, who catches everything his way. Khalil Shakir, same way. You got Gabe Davis, who mossed a guy in the end zone last week, got all of that juice back, looking great. You got Cooks, who had an amazingly huge game against the Philadelphia Eagles. You got guys coming on and giving Josh a reason to throw them the ball. Even Keon Coleman, who I know I'm low on, man. And again, I hope he has an amazing day, whatever he's doing. All the blocking he's doing, I hope he blocks the hell out of everybody. But these are guys that now I think these at least four guys, and I'll throw Keon in, fine, five guys. These are guys that Josh can rely on that I don't think he's had all season long. And again, I think this is another combination of wide receivers Josh has never played with all of these dudes on the field at the same time. So I think that's a huge thing going into this game, because if I was the Jaguars, I'd be thinking they're going to want to run it down or throw it all damn day. And we're going to make Josh pass. He's the reigning MVP. He's got a cannon. He's got great accuracy. Guess what?
Let's show him double-edged sword, man. Picking your battles, and you made a lot of great points there, Swank. And I would say that hands-wise, this is the best hands group of receivers that he's had really all year. In turn, because we've seen it. We've looked at the inactive reports. We've looked at the list of names. Each and every week, it's been different. Every single week, it's been different, and yet Josh Allen is still finding ways to produce. So just goes to show you that that's another feather in the cap that, dare I say it, the national media is not talking about that. They're talking about, if Josh Allen loses, this is a team game. It's a team sport. It's always been. There's offense and defense. Yeah, there's no Joe Burrow. There's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Pat Mahomes. But all of these teams in the AFC have great defenses. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Top targets, Khalil Shakir with 95. He's caught 72. Keon Coleman, 59. He's caught 38. We'll skip that one. Dalton Kincaid, 49. He's caught 39. Dawson Knox, 49. Caught 36. James Cook, 40. Caught 33. Joshua Palmer, IR. Ty Johnson not playing today. Shavers, 23. Caught 15. Jackson Hawes, a name we haven't talked about yet. 19 targets, has received and caught 16, including a big moment ball in that Baltimore game. Gabe Davis, 18 targets, received 12. So the group that you
Abe
got
is the
out
most
there,
reliable guy outside of
he's
Shakir.
got the best. He's got the best percentage right now. Scott, you've been in and out, my man. What do you got, brother? What do you think our offense has to do today?
So if I were to ask you guys who has more sacks, the Bills defense or the Jaguars defense, where would you go with that one?
I would say Bills. Trevor Lawrence. Wait, let me say that.
You're saying for the year?
Who has more sacks for the year, the Jaguars defense or the Bills defense?
I would say because you're asking, it's probably the Bills.
I think it's the Bills.
I would have naturally probably leaned towards the Jags.
Yeah, 36-32. So Jacksonville does not get to the quarterback often. What they do is they create pressure. What they do is they stop the run. So what I think that the Bills offense needs to do is take advantage of that whole concept, kind of like the Bills do to the other teams, is just create pressure on a quarterback, make his life miserable. What we know about Josh Allen is that when you create pressure, he extends plays and becomes the MVP. So big important thing for the offense. Josh Allen, take advantage of them not bringing extras for the blitzes and the sacks. Take advantage of that. Make those reads quick and make your playmakers make plays. Second is if we're having a hard time running the ball, Joe Brady cannot abandon that run game. You can't. We have the rushing title leader, the winner of this year. If he's first 5-10 carries, he's getting 2 yards, 3 yards a carry, you still got to win. You have to. You have to. You don't want to become one-dimensional because what happens with this team that's really good at defense that doesn't have a lot of sacks, they start piling up the sacks because they have the players that can do it.
Yeah. We
saw what the other Josh Allen did against Josh Allen the last time they played him. So offense
Allen assault.
Yep.
Josh Hines.
Don't abandon the run. Don't abandon the run and take advantage of them not bringing the extra pressure and find those open guys.
Our boy Corey Blaine talking about play action. Hell yeah, a good rushing
words
game.
Out of my mouth, man.
Wide open, get that play action, boy. Yep. Yeah, just don't get too cute, Brady. You know, I know you got this big interview coming up. You know, hey, big up Baltimore. Please, you can take them now. You know,
I agree, but we'll just leave it at that.
You know, we're not going negative, man. This is gonna be a great day. But, yeah, I mean, just keep it cute. That game that he called last week against the Jets. I know it's the Jets. I know it was Mitch Trubisky. Blah blah blah.
Mitchy Tribs.
Mitchy Tribs can do anything anything that Josh Allen could do. Mitch does like half, right? So like Josh could do all. These are great play calls that you had. That Wildcat, I still can't believe that you wasted that on a Jets game towards the end where it didn't really matter. I think that was a great, really creative call that wasn't like too cute. I thought it was the perfect call for the time, and it really confused the defense. And goddamn, if that wouldn't have been a great thing to whip out today when you needed one.
Yep.
You know. But hey, I guess they got to kind of prepare for it now, and whatever. Just don't get too cute, man. Play your game, do your thing. If you got a couple little flash plays in there, just make sure you're calling them at the right time. One last thing before we get on to X factors and score predictions. The thing I got to give Joe Brady a little credit right now. The best thing he's done all season is make Josh Allen self-scout himself. Make Josh Allen watch his tape and realize what he's taking and what he's not and what he's leaving on the field. I think that not only was it a great exercise, and obviously Josh really bought into it, but the perfect time of the year to get Josh to be like,
I agree.
Look, like you had this, and this, and you were trying to do this. Take this.
I touched on that too. Like there's been some sacks. There's been some opportunities where he's seen somebody and went the opposite way just to avoid a sack, and then he gets sacked. We saw that in the Philadelphia game, and it was like second and 5, and then it was like 3rd and 28. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that gives me Rob Johnson deja vu, and we don't want to ever have that, right? So I think too, looking at the one thing that Joe Brady I think has done really well is obviously James Cook this season and establishing that running attack. But man, I really think that they could have a two-headed monster today. If it's James Cook, it could be Ray Davis too, easily. And that's what I want to see. I want to see more of the rushing attack, more nuance in a little bit of the approach on how they run or throw the football. And I think that's what's been a little inconsistent, I'd say. Not non-existent, but inconsistent.
Not non-existent, just inconsistent.
Mhm.
Free
Put
flow
a,
styles from RT from Thomas Take Sports Guys. What do you guys got?
put a $2-3 bet with a 30% profit on Frank Gore. Just telling you.
Frank
go.
Gore, anytime touchdown.
Yep.
ATT.
Mhm.
I'm sure
Hey.
it's gonna pay.
You never know. Hey, when all the starters are sitting in the fourth quarter, you could do that. No problem. Guys, here we are. It's 12-12. We went a little over, but god damn it, it's playoff weekend. We're getting excited over here. We're gonna hit our X factors around the horn, and then we're gonna do our score predictions. Got a little vidya from our boy Corey Blern, and yeah, all that good stuff. X factors. Let's go, Scott. Who is your X factor of the day today?
I said it in my key to the offensive success. I'll make it simple, guys. Joe Brady cannot abandon the run. That's what got us to the playoffs, I believed, along with our MVP. Let James cook. That'll be the X factor today.
I love it. I love it. I love it. RT, what do you
got? Being that Scott took my X factor, I'm going to change it up, though. I'm going to go Dalton Kincaid. I think Dalton Kincaid is massive for this game. I saw some statistics. Josh Allen with Kincaid in the lineup, Josh Allen without. And even Josh Allen needs, a little help from some friends every now and then. We all do, right? We all get by with a little help from our friends. And Dalton Kincaid is one of those guys that I think is just an underrated asset in this offense that does not get talked about nearly enough. And even the commentators in these Buffalo Bills games talk about, well, the wide receivers haven't really been great. Well, the wide receivers are better when Dalton Kincaid is out there. He is that type of X factor. So I think Dalton Kincaid anytime touchdown is a solid bet. I think Dalton Kincaid could easily have 7 to 8 catches for over 80 yards in this game. This could be the game that kind of sets him over the top to being that tight end that they drafted him to be. First round draft pick. And it's not as if he's a bust. He's just been in and out of the lineup, and he's just got to maintain that durability. And, hopefully he comes out of this one unscathed and has a productive day as my X factor.
I love it. I'm going to flip sides, man. I'm going to say slowing down this offense is going to be a big part of today's game. And to do that, Trevor Lawrence loves to go over the middle. He loves it more than anything else. And I'm going to say our guy, stand out, Cole Bishop, the safety of all Buffalo, is going to have a hell of a game. And let's go with an interception and at least 4 pass breakups. How about that?
Okay.
You know what's so funny about Cole Bishop is when I was at the training camp this year, they had like James Cook, Cole Bishop, Dalton Kincaid, and I want to say Terrell Bernard signing autographs. Cole Bishop, I felt so bad for the guy. He had like 5 kids in his line, and all the other lines were like loaded. I bet you by next year's training camp, Cole Bishop's line is going to be longer than just about anybody. That guy has had a phenomenal turnaround. He was in the doghouse on WGR at least weeks 1 through 3, and now he's probably one of the best players on their defense, maybe the best player on their defense this year.
He's leading the defense in not only tackles but interceptions.
Yeah, so
tackles and 3 interceptions.
There you go.
So, hell yeah. Got a lot of comments coming in. Love you guys so damn much. John says Lisa loves Groot and Bosa. Who doesn't? Go Bosa, do about it. Let's go ahead and see what our good buddy from BWO, Mr. Corey Blern, has to say about today's game. This one's probably a little X-rated, I'm going to guess, if at least R.
What is good 24/7? What is up, Bills Mafia? It's your boy, Corey. BWO in the house. We're here for the playoffs today, man. We've all been waiting all week. We've all been waiting all season for this. I know it's hard to say as a Bills fan and knock on wood, but we're here, so I guess I don't really have to. We are a team that we wait for the playoffs now, and this is when we get ready. We all look at Marv Levy and think about his one big saying, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? There's something else Marv Levy said, too. This time of year, it doesn't matter where your feet are. It matters where your mind is. So let's get in that mindset that this is the playoffs. It's lose or go. It's win or go home. We've been here before. We know how it goes. I don't care what the sports people say. I don't care what the podcasters say. I don't care what anybody says. Fuck the Jaguars, the fucking 8-game win streak. Fuck all that. We have a statement to make. We've been getting hot at the right time. Receivers are clicking. Defense is hot. So today, we're going to chill out. We're going to settle down. We're going to be fancy with it. You know what I'm saying? Get a little... Real quick, shout out Jay Franklin for the tops.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Go Bills, baby. Let's kick their fucking asses. Mafia, mount up.
Good luck.
Woo, go Bills! Boom.
Okay, I got some questions.
Let's go.
I got some questions. So first off, what was the thing that he used to eat the spaghetti?
Chicken wing
Oh,
brown.
chicken wing. Okay, I couldn't tell. And what was the thing that was on top of the beer can that he like flipped up? Was it like a can
Our boy
opener?
Franklin, he's I don't know, he's like one of those dudes, man. He's a season ticket holder, great guy. He's donated stuff for the Rager and stuff, and actually music for mom. He's a good friend of mine. He somehow found this guy that sells like these things that like they go over the top of your beer can, and like it basically like clicks it like a cover. So he got a bunch of them, and
Oh wow!
I got hooked up with Corey, and Corey got one.
A bunch of attractive guys like us don't need anything slipped in our drinks there, RT.
Yeah, I like to put it up through the beard, you know. And
It looked cool. I just didn't know. I've never seen that before. It's
my guy Frank is at the game today.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
Him and Emma, and he bought tickets before they knew that the Bills were playing the Jaguars, gambling that they would, and picked up 2 second-row seats in the end zone for $400.
wow.
And
That's
those
pretty
things
tough.
are like $2,000. Like Sarah and I were looking at them to like maybe go down and see what's up, but man, holy
I
shit!
was looking at nosebleeds, and they were like
Couple
500,
$100.
550. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Corey, nicely done. That was like the bougiest SpaghettiOs chug I think I've ever seen. That was nice. That was cute. Nice job, dude. Let's go around and do our score predictions. RT, we'll start with you, brother. What's your score prediction for today?
I think it is going to be a close one. As I mentioned, I think that this is the best matchup between the two best teams that are in this wild card round. Jacksonville's won 8 straight. Liam Cohen's got him humming, but Buffalo is Buffalo. We got the Superman, Clark Kent, Kal-El, whatever you want to call him. Sean McDermott, we talked about this off the air, but he's getting a lot of criticism in a year that I don't think he should be, and he's got a little bit of something to prove, I guess, as if 9 years wasn't enough and changing the culture of a franchise wasn't enough. He's got something to prove. So I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to go 31-28 Buffalo. No matter who is kicking today, I didn't check that. I think Prater's good to go, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to say Matt Prater dusts off the old rusty foot in the loose, sunshine of Jacksonville, and we see some shades of Denver Bronco Matt Prater. I'm gonna go 53-yard field goal to win the game as time expires.
Oh,
damn. That's crazy.
You're killing me.
All right.
You're absolutely killing me. All right, Scooter Magooter, what do you got, buddy?
I'm with John's there. 31-27. Bills win. I think it's a 1.5 point favor they have right now, but they're gonna obviously get past that. Something's got to give. Something has to give. Jacksonville does not give up 70 yards rushing. Bills average over 75 yards rushing. Bills are 0-2 all-time playoffs against Jaguars. Josh Allen has not won away games. Something's got to give. Let it all happen today. Let it all happen today. I know Jaguars showed up. Bills showed up to the Jaguar Stadium. Be loud, be proud, represent for the rest of us, Bills Mafia. And guys, enjoy it at home. It's playoff time, baby. Let's go.
Woo, it's playoff time indeed. I think I'm sticking with my initial score prediction. So the Bills don't have 1.5 anymore, Scooter. They swung it to the Jaguars with 1.
Okay.
It's +1 Jags. That happened yesterday, like late, I guess. And I don't know where it sits now, but that was just the last line I heard. If anybody else knows, go ahead. For me, man, I think I'm still going 31-17. I think the Bills have something to prove today. Ty Johnson, that sucks. That's a piece that I wish we had, but he's ran for 200 yards total on the season. We can find that somewhere else. Maxwell Harrison, I wish he was out there, man. I really do. Trey's had this season of his career almost. He's played better than we've seen in the last 5 seasons, probably. Let the man have his week and trust in what we got. And I think the Bills are sick of that. Josh has to win or else it's all on him because all these other quarterbacks didn't make it, which, by the way, they're not talking about the fact that those quarterbacks didn't make it. There's no talk about Mahomes or Jackson or Burrow. It's all on Josh Allen has to do this or he's a failure. Yeah. Well, those guys already failed this season. So
what about that? Yeah.
That's, you know,
1.5 points right now. Jaguars.
1.5 Jags. Okay.
1.5. Wow.
Okay. So for me, man, Josh got something to prove. I saw a great stat, man. Josh Reed posted out today. Must be distinct cousin. Josh in the wild card round, he's like 5-1. That's a stat. Yeah. I've been hearing about his road record. I've been hearing about this and that and all these like horrible things and the quarterbacks that he's faced and the low caliber of quarterbacks that he's faced and all this shit. But dude is 5-1 in the wild card rounds. Like, get out of here.
I don't understand. I really like. I've never seen a quarterback this many years into his career with all the accomplishments that he's done. I've never seen a quarterback be this heavily scrutinized. Like
his whole
career. Like it's crazy to me. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that that chip lives on his shoulder. I hope they go in there, and I hope he's got a sense of just zen, because he's been in this position numerous times. Trevor Lawrence has not. The Jags have not. We didn't talk about any of the other games. I think Drake May and the Patriots are going to have a little bit of a hard time today. I don't have a whole lot of faith in the Chargers either, but I think they have more of a foundation than the Patriots do, and I think that the culture in New England is not anywhere near where it needs to be a playoff caliber kind of team. So we'll see where all that goes. But that's my score, 31-17. That's my takes. That's the Sunday Sessions official kickoff pregame show of the Buff Fan Base Network. I think we're done. I think everybody got everything out they needed to get out. Follow RT over there. Follow Scott over there. 24/7 Buff Fan Home. You can follow me right there. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Let's win.
Go Bills.
Go.
Only Buffalo is going